question for this presentation is which business expenses are deductible for a Singapore registered company. So deductible means at the time of reporting its profit and loss account for tax and ACRA purposes. And which business expenses are not deductible. So let's have a look. And as a company owner, one of the responsibility you have is to produce a profit and loss statement for the specific accounting period. And then obviously this information will be used to create detailed financial statement which will be reported to accounting and corporate regulatory authority as well as to the IRS. So as you can see in this profit and loss account, first on the top it shows the income side, which is typically your sales or services that you have performed and the income you have received. And then there are expenses. So here sample expenses are accounting, advertising, small assets, bank charges and so on. So income minus expenses will become your profit or loss for that year. So then the question is which business expenses are allowed? So the typical expenses those are allowed are cost of stocks. So you might be trading in products and you might be purchasing these goods. For example, we know one phone company which sells various kind of hand phones and fixed phones and desk phone. So obviously whatever they purchase, all this cost of stock will be allowable as a business expenditure. Then they pay rent, electricity, internet, and any other office expenses like cleaning expenses, maybe some maintenance in the office, electricity charges, maybe some small repairs and maintenance, and so on. Maybe they have some stationery because they will print various invoices, maybe there will be postage, maybe there will be courier, and so on. Telephone expenses, and any other services, those are directly used in the business. So, as such, arriving at a complete list is not possible because there are so many businesses of so many types. So, let's have then look at the principles followed. So, the principles followed are as follows. The first principle is that expenses must have been incurred. So, you cannot claim expenses in the profit and loss statement of the company if those are not obligatory to pay now. That means you must have used the expenses or whatever the service is associated with that, and those must have been incurred. The next principle is that expenses must be related to your business. So if there is unrelated expenses, you cannot add it in your business and claim the deduction. For example, if you are into consulting business where you provide consulting services and suddenly you decide to order one ice cream making machine because you want to test something or you want to test some new idea. So you might have intention to start a business of ice cream, making ice creams and selling it, but it's not really related to your business. Therefore, it cannot be claimed as a business expenditure. The next point is personal expenses are not allowed. So anything that you spend personally for yourself will be disallowed. Now this becomes an area, a gray area, because sometimes some expenses can be called as personal or those can be called as business. For example, if you take your client maybe for a meal at a nice restaurant and spend $200, so it is very difficult to decide whether it is a personal or really business. Sometimes the client may not be a client, but he might be a potential prospect, and you are just going and meeting him. So, this way, it sometimes is difficult in this category, especially. So, you need to use a reasonable judgment and decide whether it is really business or not. Sometimes people take membership of some clubs and under the name of business, but they are not really actually using it for the business purpose. They go there periodically only to play golf for themselves. So these kind of expenses will not be allowed to be deducted. The next one is a capital cost. So if you acquire a large machine or something very costly which you are supposed to use, which you are going to use in your business over a longer period of time, then the entire cost cannot be claimed as an expenditure in the same year, but you can claim that for write-off as a depreciation over a next few years period. And the last principle is that expenses should be supported by proper and complete source document. So basically that means you need to keep the copies of the invoice and any relevant contract related to those expenses. So the question then is, what are the typical expenses those are not allowed? So in principle, the expenses that don't relate directly to the business your business are not allowed. This is a very logical explanation. But there are some specific things in relation to Singapore. So you need to keep that in mind. So if you incur expenses on your employees beyond a limit for medical or CPF, so there are some limits in IRS. So if you made additional contribution in the CPF of the employee, or if you paid medical expenses beyond the limit, those expenses cannot be claimed as a expense, as a tax deductible expense in your return. Fixed asset cost cannot be claimed, that I already explained. Instead, depreciation can be claimed. Personal cost cannot be claimed. For example, if you travel personally or you take club membership, then that is not allowed. And sometimes in some companies, this really becomes quite complicated because people use companies or company cards left and right for any personal expenses. So my general advice to my clients is that never use your your company card for any personal expenses. Instead, on a monthly basis, take whatever is the agreed salary and manage in that. The next is salaries to close relatives who are not working for the company or who are not working for the company for the commensurate period. So let's say that you have a company and you employ your wife or son in that company. So they don't come to the company, they don't work, they are never in the office and they don't do really anything there. But you pay them $100,000 salary. That's not allowed. Now, one more point I want to highlight here. Sometimes people do this thinking that nobody will find it out, because if I just give 30-40,000 by way of salary to my wife who is not working, it's okay. Who is going to know all this? But what will happen if the authorities find this out? It will become a case of cheating the tax authorities or IRS, and it can become a complicated case for you. So I always suggest my clients to remain clear of all these things. And the next one is excessive salaries. So sometimes you may give excessive salaries to people who are your close associate or maybe close relatives. So the person is working, maybe person is working as an accountant and maybe working even for full time, but you pay the salary of $200,000. Now accountants, I mean the small company accountants don't get that kind of salary. So again, that excessive salary part will be disallowed. Remember, when you file in Singapore tax returns, you are expected to follow the prudency, and that prudency involves claiming reasonable expenses. And the last one is capital expenses on private or company cars, S-plated or Q-plated cars. So this is a bit odd because here any capital expense on private or company car is not allowed. People can understand that private cars are not allowed, but even company owning a car, that expenses, capital expenses, will not be allowed to be deducted from the company's return. And why? So the reason is like this. It is not expected that company will generally buy a car. But if company decides to buy a car, let's say for its top management, then the car is considered to be always a expenditure personal in nature. So if company buys a Q-plated car, then that in that buying, they are competing with other Singaporeans who are buying the cars from their personal savings for their personal use. So if company gets a tax benefit, then that equivalent benefit is not there for other people who are buying it from the personal resources. Therefore, this Q-plated car benefit, capital expenses, is not allowed. And capital expenses is not allowed, meaning you cannot claim the depreciation. But if your car is really used for business purpose, then the expenses like petrol or road tax or any other maintenance can be claimed. If company hires a car, so it is not owning, but it is hiring a car from hiring company, then in that case also those expenses will be allowed. So what I have seen, that those companies who provide a company car to their employees, they will normally not buy the car, they will just rent it from some other agency. So in summary, genuine and reasonable expenses which are directly related to your business are allowed for business deduction. Anything that has nothing to do with business obviously will not be allowed.
Thank you for watching this video. This video was brought to you by Epica Consulting Singapore. Subscribe to our channel today to get notified when new videos are posted.